Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Tuesday, guys. Happy Tuesday. We're back with another one. And y'all know when we left out here last night, who's child? Y'all was still smoking with questions and comments and things. So we decided to come on in here this evening, kick back, relax, chop it up for a minute. You know. We ain't here for a long time, but we're going to make the best of the time that we do have here. Welcome, 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 everybody. Hope you all had an awesome day today. For those of you that are new here, welcome. If you have not yet hit that like button, please do so for your girl. Share out the live if you can. Remember to speak to your neighbors. Over here at MOCA Unfiltered, there are no big eyes, no little U's. Everyone is welcome here. All opinions matter and all opinions will be respected. Who child, here we go again. Y'all already know. Y'all already know I'm back in here because something just ain't sit right with me last night after logging off. I tried going on about my day to day. I really did. Got up, did what I was supposed to do, got back in the house about maybe just an hour ago. But I set that live stream a little early because I'm like, you know what? We're going to go back in tonight and finish off what we did last night. We ain't finna just leave it right there. We ain't finna just leave it right there. Because you see, Kim, thank you so very much, my love. Because you see, when we be up in here talking, we don't just be talking to hear ourselves talk. We be talking to understand. And last night, some of what was said made sense, and some of it just needed to slow all the way down. All the way down. So tonight, we're going to have one of them come sit on the porch with me, quick lives. I got my tea in my hand, my laptop open. Y'all saw my puppy. She's sitting right here minding everybody's business but her own. And all we want to do is finish this conversation. Now, if you was here last night, you already know where we went with this. And if you wasn't, that's okay. That's okay. Just, fall in line with us tonight and go catch last night's replay. But child, let me tell y'all about last night's replay. It's amazing that each and every time I go live and discuss this Naziah Harris case, each and every time I go live and discuss this family, it tells me one thing: I'm not the one that's mad. They're the ones that's mad. Because every time I go live, y'all, discussing this sick family, they attack my channel. I mean, they mass report my channel. And not one live stream. I could do a live stream on anything and anybody. But here comes the mass reporting only when I cover Naziah. That family is sick. And I don't know if they think by doing what they do is going to shut me up. No, it won't. It won't. Then my videos get where they don't get, they don't get monetized. until YouTube decides to release it. But if they think that's going to interfere with something, they need to come again. Charlotte Stewart, thank you, my love. Because evidently, whatever it is that MOCA is saying is ruffling some feathers. Is ruffling some feathers. And you all should be ashamed of yourselves. Because it just proves to me that I'm telling your truth. The one that you refuse to tell. Now go mass report that. Go mass report that. So tonight we're going to finish this conversation the way we've always held these conversations, because nothing stops here. Nothing. So I'm going to give you all a second to get comfortable up in here. Make sure you hit that like button. Engage with the emojis to the right. And always remember that we're here for a purpose. Nothing more, nothing less. And before we take our little 1-minute break, I'm going to read this disclaimer before I get up out of here. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use. Fair use, you guys. For purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that may otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. We're going to do what we do. And like I said, I'm not here long, but we're going to make the best of it. We're going to make the best of it. Said I was going to take my little intermission break. Nah, I ain't going to do that because we ain't here long. Absolutely, Kim, the truth hurts. It hurts. And it shows. And when I tell you not just every lie, only the ones that I do on that family. My girl Natasha said it's flower pot. And stiff wig reporting YouTube and TikTok content creators. I could believe it. I could believe it, baby. And it's sad because the word is all over these streets. And I'm like, no, that can't be true. But then when MOCA just keeps going on and on, and every video is flagged, you people are sick. You are sick. Tony says, come on, Nazaya, baby, and tell your story. Your aunts and uncles are here to get justice for you, baby girl. We are here for you, Nazaya. And that's it, and that's all. Everyone that's coming into the chat, welcome. Welcome. We still had questions that lingered on last night. And the conversation that we had last night, it was real. It was real. And one of the questions that I have tonight, is why do you all feel that Annette intentionally, deliberately lied to Mervin about everything? She lied to that man about everything. And I wondered, at one time, I wondered why. But I believe the lie was because she had a problem and she didn't want him to see her for who she was. Kim said, y'all doing all that reporting. Y'all should have reported all that essay. Y'all should have reported the missing kids. Y'all should have reported the incest in that family. And Kim, you're absolutely right. Henry Boone says, MOCA, they fear what they can't conquer and like what they can't understand. That part. That part. And you know what? My thing is this. If I had a missing granddaughter, if I had a missing niece, if I had a missing cousin, there's no way I would be against anybody that keeps their name alive. I wouldn't be against nobody who's bringing awareness to the situation. No. I would be thanking these people. But that family can't thank nobody because that family wants to control the narrative. That family want the story to come out the way they want it to come out. And that eliminates the truth. But that's not how everybody move around. Y'all live y'all nasty ass life this way all your lives. So you have to understand everybody don't get down that way. Kenyatta Marie said, because she's involved in this baby's disappearance, Kenyatta Marie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Samantha says, if I'm innocent, I wouldn't be quiet. I would want to have my side out there, as you should, Samantha. But then, Samantha, they're not us. As you notice, these people move strange in the worst kind of way. I've never seen nothing like it. Never have I seen anything like it. Rock said because she's a liar and the truth just ain't in her. Absolutely. Absolutely. Miss Antoinette, I see you, my love. But for Annette to tell that lie to Mervyn, to tell that lie to that man and send him on a wild goose chase, looking in all the wrong places, feeding him stories that didn't add up, only because, once again, that family wants to control the narrative. That's a sick family, if ever I saw one. Essie says, MOCA, the truth always have a way of coming out. Absolutely, Essie. They don't like the fact that so many people out here stand in truth. They don't like the fact that so many people out here has a voice and don't mind using it. It ain't for clout. It ain't for none of that. Some people truly have a heart. Because truly, if it was for clout on my behalf, I'd have stopped this shit long time ago. If it was just for money, as they claim, I'd have stopped this shit long time ago. Because for all of the reporting and the mass flaggings that they've done to this channel every time I discuss desire. YouTube ain't paying me. I'm coming out here doing this. So, baby, I don't call that clout. Because believe it or not, MOCA could have been doing so many things with her time if it was for money. So y'all could find something else. Find something else to blame it on. Because that seems to be all that hat wants to claim. Because they're making money off of Nazaya. Bitch, no, we ain't. And if you think mass flagging my channel is going to stop me from saying her name, calling y'all nasty asses out, keep flagging. Natasha said that money would have stopped if Stiff Wig would have told Mervin the truth. Absolutely. The money would have stopped. More people would have been involved. Okay, Spicy. More people would have been involved in the search for Nazaya. And had she told the truth, we wouldn't be in the space we're in today. We wouldn't be in the space that we're in today. And you know what's sad? Not one of them have stepped forward to remotely say where Nazaya is. Chanel says, I kind of believe if Nazaya's dad knew the truth and wasn't so sick in the hospital, he would have stepped up. Chanel, I believe that. I believe that if that man would have known, and then Shannon had the nerves to try to discredit this man when he said what he said on Mark D podcast. Shannon trying to discredit this man saying he only showed up to Annette's house twice. And that was to bring a bicycle each time. One for Christmas and one for a birthday. Shannon, shut your mouth up. Because I don't care if that man would have showed up one time. Nazaya's disappearance was not on Mervin. Nazaya's disappearance is on Shannon, Annette, and Marquita. And whomever else affiliated with that family that knew about it. And I'm not just saying that knew about the disappearance of Nazaya. But goddamn it, knew about what's been going on in Annette house for years. Years. And nobody never said nothing. And had they said something, when they should have said something, all those children would have been free. All of them. Cynthia Harmon says, MOCA, Stiff Wig only seen Nazaya as a check. She didn't give a damn about her. I believe that. I believe that. She didn't care about that child. And it showed. It showed. Hey, Sharon. She said they don't like the fact that people are showing up the way they should have. And that's what's eating them alive. That's what's eating them alive, because what they have not done when it came to Nazaya, what they did not do for Nazaya, the world is doing it in her absence. But they want to come out here and have so much to say. How could you respect trifling people? And yes, trifling is very fitting. Absolutely, Essie. They didn't think she would get the publicity that she has. Absolutely. Tony says, well, Jarvis is going to take their asses down through there. He said he doesn't know what he don't know what Shannon got going on out there. He wasn't drawing stick people on that notebook. Tony, absolutely. Absolutely, Tony. He said it himself. He did not know what Shannon had going on out there. So do y'all honestly believe that Jarvis was just sitting there under that mask to be sitting there? Hell no, he was not. Just like they felt like they were setting Jarvis up, Jarvis was taking notes. And Jarvis is going to spill it all on them. And now, listen, and this is just my opinion. I don't believe when Jarvis spill it, I don't believe he's only going to spill it on Shannon and Annette. I believe everybody that was ever there, everybody that was ever around, anybody that ever witnessed it, anybody that was ever at a party, at a gathering, or whatever they have going on at Annette's house, Jarvis is going to call them out. Why I got to answer all of these questions? Why can't they answer these questions? I believe Jarvis is going to call them out. And rightfully so. Because who wants to be sitting there facing the rest of their lives in prison while these hoes running free, knowing that they had a hand or they even sat there while all this was going on? These bitches laughed and talked with Jarvis, but they're coming out here and want the people on YouTube to believe that they were never in his company. They want us to believe they had no interactions with Jarvis. And Shannon been with this nigga since she was 16, and y'all want us to believe that? Shannon was with Jarvis at 16. Jarvis was with Marquita at 15, because that's when she got pregnant. And Annette was with him in between. But let them tell it they was never around. Y'all been knowing that these children were in harm's way. And that's the part that's hard to erase. That's the part that nobody can overlook. I think Jarvis has been in these people's life, what, over 20 years? But y'all ain't never been around him. Absolutely, Miss Antoinette. That's all we want to know is where she at. Sharon Wiley say they do like the fact, or they don't like the fact that we put two and two together. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, everybody that came up in here. Hey. Sharon says, Bucket jealous. Bucket is jealous of what she think content creators are making. Absolutely. That's all she says. That's all she talks about. Kitty, I see you, my girl. But could these people have done something? Could they? Okay, Pooh, thank you for dropping in, boo. Could these people have done something to save these children? Jarvis is who he is. And can't nobody change that. And it's not like they thought they could have worked a miracle and made Jarvis be a different kind of man. Jarvis gravitated towards that family. Jarvis gravitated towards that family because their spirits matched. Darkness follows darkness. And that's why he stayed in that family as long as he did. That's why he was able to go on family vacations. That's why he was able to be at these parties and not be questioned. And that's why he was able to have access to these children without him being chin checked. They knew. They all knew. And they were very, very, very comfortable with it. Shannon wasn't the only one screaming, my man, my man, my man. Annette was screaming the same. It was something that Jarvis brought to that house that kept them hoes quiet. It was something that Jarvis brought to the party that made them all stay quiet. And as for Shannon, Annette, and Marquita, I want to know, why would they sit on all of this information? Why would they sit with knowing that they never revealed nothing about where Naziah is? Why would they sit on all of this? Knowing that they gave permission to Jarvis to pick those girls up from school. Why would they sit on this? Knowing that once Jarvis picked those girls up from school and took them to the shop, they eventually later that night, or whatever time they did, they went to the shop to get these children. Why would they sit on that? Why would they comfortably sit on knowing that they also was at that shop with these girls and with Jarvis? That don't say much for them. That don't say much for none of them. Hey, Nakisha, I see you, boo. Cynthia Harmon said, but let Annette tell it. Jarvis wasn't around the kids. That was a lie, and a proven one. A proven one. Samantha said they thought they would sweep this under the rug like the other girls. They didn't expect this case to blow up. Absolutely, Samantha. But Samantha, that's where the whole family get involved. Now, extended, as well as those that was under Annette's roof. The other children that were deemed runaways. The other children that disappeared on Annette's watch that she labeled as runaways. There's no way I'm going to be around you today, Samantha, and see that you have a house full of children. Then the next time I see you, the children aren't there. Then I see you again, there's no signs of the children. And then years go by and there's still no signs of the children. I'm going to question that. So you mean to tell me all these children came up missing on the next watch and nobody thought to question that? So that makes them all guilty. That makes them all seem like they were okay with the way Annette ran her tight ship. They were okay with that. But want to come out here swinging. No, that ain't how this shit work. Oh, Lord, I feel like I'm coming out with a cold. Sharon says Bucket hasn't shared one intimate moment, memory, or a picture of Naziah. Sharon, because that's not what type of channel she has. Unfortunately, she built that channel in Naziah. You want to talk about clout? That channel was built off of Naziah's name for clout and for mess. How could you name it what you name it? And it's there for complete mess. Tony said Annette needs to stop telling all them lies. Well, Annette, bring your funky stiff wig wearing ass here and explain how did Jarvis Bucks get Naziah striped panties if he wasn't in your house? That's the thing. The lies backfiring on them over and over and over. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know what it's going to take. But they clearly didn't care for Naziah. And it showed. And they rather protect Jarvis. They rather protect every grown man that hurt those children. And you know what's sad? We can't even put it right now on grown men. Because within that household, they hurt those children too. In the worst way. They hurt these children too. Sharon says they want CCs to shut up because they know the trial is going to bring out even more deep, dark family secrets of his and theirs. Sharon, absolutely. And that's why they're on that campaign to scare somebody off and to shut them up. But it's not going to work. It's not going to work, and they're doing the most. They're doing the most. And if they would have put that much energy into saving these children, we would be in a whole different area right now. We really would be. Can't respect women like that. Natasha said it's quiet because if they say anything else, they will definitely implicate themselves. Well, at this point in the game, if this shit has been investigated the way it should have been, the little bit that has been said has been more than enough. More than enough. And you think Jarvis is dumb. Jarvis is far from dumb. And rather, hey Lotus, welcome, my love. Jarvis is far from dumb. And they need to believe that. Because once again, I'm going to say this. That encounter that Shannon had with Cash, that wasn't a coincidence. That wasn't by mistake. That audio recording that came out by the person who claimed to be Jarvis' brother, that wasn't a mistake either. Jarvis is on the inside collecting information. He is truly collecting information. And the information that Shannon gave Cash. Shannon put a reservation on her own bunk in cell block 57. She did. Because she incriminated herself over and over and over again. And the thing is, Shannon wasn't alone. Marquita was with her. And Cash said, there was a man sitting in the car in front of that house. Who was the man sitting in that car in front of the house? ain't no brothers were there. So in MOCA's opinion, that was nobody but Marquita's man. But he hopping from platform to platform, pretending he don't know nothing. He hopping from platform to platform, trying to figure out what everybody know, but pretending not to know nothing. So when Shannon had that encounter with Cash, Marquita had that encounter with Cash, he knew all about it. All about it. Spicy said, does the inmates have access to listen to the podcast? They have more access to do things that we would never know. I don't know, but I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Because if it was mentioned to try to get an interview with Jarvis, reach him through however, I'm sure they hear something. I'm sure it's something. Sharon said, let's not forget, Cash didn't tell us everything. She gave a little information as a warning to Shannon. I believe Cash will be back. Not only will Cash be back, but I also believe that Cash took that recording and delivered it where it needs to be delivered. I believe that. I believe that. Sharon says he think he's safe over there with Bucket. And she was the one that gave him up. Sharon, she was the one that said how he gave Naziah weed, how he gave Naziah liquor, how he was messing with Naziah too. And the only reason that he and Jarvis couldn't get along was because Jarvis found out about what he was doing with Naziah. Naziah told Jarvis about him. Naziah didn't cut no corners. Allegedly, she told Jarvis that he was stink. So if you think he's safe there, well, he let him. He can't go nowhere else. So yeah, let him stay right where he is. He's done too much. Tony says Jarvis' brother is probably the one that was watching the house and seeing what Cash was doing there with them eggplants sitting in the driveway. I told y'all in the beginning, Cash came to collect. Cash did what she was supposed to do. And after Cash did what she was supposed to do, hey sis, welcome. Thank you, mama. After Cash did what Cash was supposed to do, Cash disappeared. As she should have. And Cash disappeared because Cash was like, I don't want nobody questioning me. I don't want nobody contacting me. I ain't sitting on no platforms answering shit. I did what I was supposed to do. And I do believe that everything Cash done, we will hear it again. We will definitely hear it again. And that recording that Jarvis' brother leaked, That tells a story. Chanel says, I mean, if he does or don't, someone can play it over the phone. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think he has a way. Because there's no way Jarvis Butts is being quiet right now. Just to be quiet. He's strategically making a move. He's strategically plotting and planning. And I believe the closer we get to the start, excuse me, y'all. Oh, Lord, I hope I ain't getting sick. The closer we get to the start of this trial, the more nervous, the more antsy Shannon, Annette, and Marquita is getting. Because for 2 years, those hoes lived comfortable without a worry in the world. Never thought of that baby. And Shannon took the cake. Shannon was still putting her mouth on Naziah in such a bad way, like Naziah was grown, even after the disappearance of Naziah. Those lemon drops is what sealed Shannon's fate. And in my opinion, I also believe that King is working with the prosecutors as well. I do believe King knows a whole lot. And I do believe in some of King's questioning, not just what they asked him during their preliminary. Because that preliminary was just enough to gather just enough information to make sure it was suitable for trial. I believe King then exposed some stuff on Shannon. I believe he's exposed shit on the net as well. And of course he told on Jarvis. Of course he gave Jarvis up. But King, he don't want to take that by himself either. Because it's almost like he's being implicated just for being near Jarvis, around Jarvis. And I'm sure that whatever he's seen, whatever he's witnessed, and whatever he done took a part in with that family. Because remember, he was with that family a lot. To my understanding, King was in Clinton Township more than Jarvis. So why was he there? I could love my niece, but I'm not going to sit up there and take my niece and her man who got all these essay charges. I'm not going to take my niece and her man who violates children. I will not take them on a family vacation with me and my children unless something is benefiting me. And what was benefiting her was King. And that's why I believe King is going to give it all up. He done already served a substantial amount of time in prison. Do y'all think this man want to go back to any damn prison? Over something that ain't even concerning him, that ain't his family. He's going to tell it. As he should. Don't come out here pretending that you're overly invested. You did this and you said that and you did. No. Let's tell the truth. Start from the beginning. What role did you play? Because y'all all failed these children. Not one. All of y'all failed these children. Tony says Cardell is talking like a parrot because all of them have been sleeping around and hurting these babies. I wouldn't feel comfortable with a child being around a shop or to deliver a car to a customer. But we even got to go as far as the shop. We don't even have to go as far as a customer, Tony, because it all went down at those houses. It went down at Annette's house. It went down in Clinton Township to Shannon's. It went down. And they know about it because they were all there. All of them. So when does it become, I'm gonna be that woman, stand in my shit and hold the persons accountable that needs to be held accountable? Natasha. That's the part nobody seems to want to grasp. But they out here making excuses about it. Natasha says, right. Why take a PDF to a children's amusement park? Make it make sense. That part. Cornell, welcome, boo. Make it make sense. And then want to come out here and lie about it. Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder was at that park too. And they saw it. They saw it. No matter how much you lie, ma'am, no matter how many narratives y'all spent, because now we do know that lying is a part of y'all DNA. Covering up and hiding things is a part of y'all DNA. You want us to believe that that was your son at the amusement park? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And Annette, you ain't shit. Because the amount of abuse that Naziah suffered at y'all hands is ridiculous. If you look at that picture with Naziah, with the waving picture, the high and by picture, some people want to say, is Naziah's hair pulled down? I beg to differ. That child had been beat up. That child had bruises, old bruises on her body in that picture. Shannon, you never came out here and explained that. The extended family members never came out here and expounded on that. But it was visible. We saw it. We saw it. That baby has been miserable for a long time in that house. If she ran away and survived, I understand why. She didn't like none of you hoes. because y'all constantly put her in harm's way. 2 years old. From the age of 2, y'all had this child growing up and moving around like she was 30. Carla Henry said Nazaria had 2 black eyes. The picture with them glasses on. Carla Henry, I said that that baby had black eyes. And you telling me she had 2? But the point I'm making is we saw the physical abuse. Still standing, welcome to the chat, my love. We saw the physical abuse and then danced around everything that was relevant to make excuses. But the writing is still on the wall. How do we explain that? Nakisha said, my daddy was there with Shannon. I could believe that. I could believe that. And that's why I say, Nakisha, Shannon knows everything. And what Shannon knows, Marquita knows. Marquita is the gatekeeper. She holds the secrets. Annette gives the instructions and Shannon carries them out. They all need to be locked up. You know what I mean? Restless nights Nazaria must have endured, knowing the trauma that these grown women put her through. Day after day, night after night, abuse, abuse, abuse. How do you all, I mean, imagine, can you imagine a baby still in elementary school being treated like a grown woman? And you got your grandmother, somebody who's supposed to love, protect, and nurture you, your grandmother, trading you off to grown men and got grown men laying on top of you. Your aunt participating in it, because nothing makes me believe she didn't participate. Because remember, Sierra said Marquita and Shannon took that as a game. They tag team. So that's their MO. That's what they're used to doing. So I believe if they had the galls and the balls to do this to Sierra back then, Nazaria was the only child in that house that they did it to. And that's where the hurt, that's where the disgust comes in at. Natasha said, I pray we could see this trial streamed live so we could see the defense attorney's stiff wig and the Teletubby twins. Natasha, I'm hoping so too. I'm hoping so too. Because if it's streamed live, we go stream it right here. Tony says, Shannon, bring your low self-esteem having ass here and tell us which one of your sons wear glasses. Hey, Rhapsody, I didn't see you, boo. Beautiful Soul says, when Jarvis told his fiancée that she was simply retarded, you're the newcomer. He knew all the women was sleep, low self-esteem, but beautiful soul. I'm almost inclined to believe. I'm almost inclined to believe, and that may have possibly not come out in a wash yet. But I'm almost inclined to believe that all these women Jarvis had, including Shannon and Marquita, I'm almost inclined to believe that they're all related. Because nobody could make me believe that all them genes is that strong and they're not related. We started this shit off saying Jarvis had a type, but that's a hell of a type. Everybody resembles each one of Jarvis' women resembles the other. So it's possible that they're all related. And those were his exact words. Everybody knew what was up with Shannon. Everybody. But something makes me feel, I mean, look at how they look. They really look like Jarvis said at that family reunion and made them all his woman in that moment. He made them all his women in that moment. Because how is it? How is it? I mean, you gotta make it make sense. Most cheating men ain't gonna tell one woman about the next woman. But Shannon knew them all. Shannon knew where they lived, where they worked, what they brought to the table, how many children they had. Something ain't right with that. Something ain't right with that. Oh, Lord. Shannon knew too much. Y'all look at the one, I forget her name, drive the blue car, the one who Jarvis messed up her car. She and Shannon and Marquita look like triplets. But Jarvis was that man. Natasha said they do look alike, slow and think they cute, all of them. All of, Rashina said Shannon was a handler too, absolutely. Beautiful Soul said they all stay around the corner. See what I'm saying? That's her name. That's her name, Rhapsody. Yeah. I mean, look at them. I mean, they talk about us because we sit up here and connect the dots. But that's, I bet you anything, that's part of their life story that they're hiding. There's truth in this. I bet you that's part of them that they're hiding. That's part of their secret, their family dynamics. This is sick. This is sick. Kim says, how about Shannon tell us who the mother is? Girl, Kim. Hold up, girl. Let me get it. Girl. Let me warm my throat so I can read this, Kim. Give me, girl. Kim says, how about Shannon tell us who the mother is to the 2 kids she's claiming that's hers? I hope they're investigating that. Shannon lied to the court saying she had 5 kids by Jarvis. No, baby girl. No, no, no. Told y'all. Shannon got 3 and 2 possibles. The question is, where is the mother of those children? Where? Annette, Shannon, and Marquita life are going to be miserable. They've done things to poor Naziah that some of us as grown women have never experienced in our lives. 13 years old, multiple pregnancies. You hoes. You hoes. Jesus. Chanel says, Annette the ringleader. She showed Shannon how to get rid of a body. Shannon knew a lot. Her mother is Annette. Absolutely. Look, Chanel, don't ever believe when Bucket said family members were afraid of Annette, afraid to tell their truth, because those that stepped out and told their truth came up missing. Don't ever believe Shannon wasn't a part of hiding them bodies. And they claimed them children ran away. They ran away all right. Damn, Ron, damn. Rod said Jarvis women look like Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, baby. Detroit Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's them. That's them. Tony said all them slow hoes. Let our baby girl make them look like a fool. Naziah was sassy, smart, and a bunch of eggplants, and you take my money and buy another chicken ring with, look, when Mark D told her that, I fell out. I fell out. Platt, that's why they don't like MOCA. Platt. Platt, that's why they're trying to shut her down. MOCA be telling it like it is. Platt, they don't like me. They don't like me. I can expect this channel to be flagged again tonight, y'all. I can expect this video tonight to be flagged again. That's why I don't mind saying I enjoy doing what I do. I don't mind coming out here doing what I do. Because Bucket, if it was all about $1, I'd have gave this shit up a long time ago. Because bitch, you flag me every time I mention y'all. You had a whole little community with you. But I hope you don't think you're getting away with it. I just want to let you know that. Natasha says, them sister wives were in competition with each other in the same neighborhood. Natasha, that's where that saying comes in. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. Sharon, I'm on it, boo. I'm on it. And I never thought I would have needed one. I never thought I would have needed one. This is insane, girl. Rock said they were mad that Naziah was pretty and smart. Absolutely. Absolutely. Naziah ran circles around all of them. Annette around here looking like a turtle, walking like the hunchback of Notre Dame. Marquita and Shannon, they just look like they could eat children, eat people. That's not desirable. And they were jealous of that child. They were jealous. Spicy said the doctor knew Annette twins were special and would get a check when the doctor saw how their heads were sloped in the back. Apple girl, damn, Spicy, damn. Natasha said Annette is the mastermind, Marquita the enforcer, and Shannon dumbass is the flunky. Jeez, I can believe that. I can believe that. Rock said they got to share a man. Diseases and penicillin. Get the fuck out of here. Rock Cal. And they did it comfortably. Comfortably. Rashida, leave me alone. Rashida said, Mocha, I'm taking your devices, sis. Look, sis, you can have them in a minute because I'm going to log off. Girl, I feel bad, Lord. I'm coming down with something. This weather is insane. Hey, Carla Havis, welcome, boo. But this is crazy. This is crazy. Absolutely, Kim. Absolutely. But Kim, to them, that's normal. We the crazy ones. We have to get attacked because what's normal to them is not acceptable in society. And they want us to accept that. Hey, Doreen, they want us to accept that. That ain't how people live. Now, Keisha said them silverback twins is evil. Don't forget their mama, Nikesha. Because it started somewhere. It started somewhere. But the fact that these people came out here and made excuses for Eric Gamble being in a hotel room in Nazaya, that knocked the wind out of me. That knocked the wind out of me. Because I don't see how they found anything right nor appropriate with that. Another one with a record long as my arm and my leg, who should have never been around children. But he was in a secluded place with her, just him and her, and alcohol. These people set that child up for failure. Had her drinking at an early age just to be with these funky, filthy, no-good-ass men. Rhapsody said, I just don't see why Annette, Shannon, and Marquita ain't arrested yet. At least for neglect of those children. They have evidence of that from the kids' testimony. Rhapsody, I believe, might be a setup. Rhapsody, let's not count it out, boo. I believe it's coming. Tony says, Mocha, who gives a damn eggplant? Who gives a damn? Eggplant don't scare nobody, and Wiggy don't either. Jarvis is going to eat them all alive. For the trial, all of them have been to the pharmacy to get something. Shit, not community, dang-a-lang. Oh, listen. We knew he was carrying it. We knew he was wearing it like a belt. When the word came out that he infected a 4-year-old, we knew he was around here wearing it like a belt. Then he got all these slow women. All these slow women. And they all was proud to say he was their man. And he was passing it out like Skittles. These other poor little innocent children got caught up in this madness. Shannon, I know you done been to the clinic more than one time. So how is it okay to turn your own daughter along with Naziah, are loose to this monster. I don't get it. Kim says, don't Eric have 2 kids with family members? Child, with his sister, Annette. Annette got 1. And allegedly, it was said the other one was Annette's daughter. I mean, Annette's sister. Annette's baby sister. It's a shame. It is a shame. Natasha said, didn't they have the nerve to say Uncle Daddy would come watch the kids? Some girl, when I heard that. Natasha, I could have read through the computer screen at these people, because who says that? Out in the open, when the world knows his record, like that was acceptable. He would watch the kids. He would babysit. He would never hurt them. What? Those children were left with no protection, y'all. None. None. Mm-mm-mm-mm. No, Tony, not tonight. Tony, we got to do this. Tony said, Raquel, I'm not going there with MOCA. Not tonight. And Tony, I'm glad you took that stand. I'm glad, boo. let MOCA doctor up whatever little cold or whatever it is, this little shit is trying to come on her. Let her doctor this up, and tomorrow may be a better night. Sheena said a whole family more twisted than a damn pretzel. Says absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, terrific. Spicy says, I know everyone thinks that their kids are cute because that's their kids. And you're supposed to think your children are cute. But did Annette really think those twins were? Allow it. Spicy says, did Annette really think those twins were cute? Answer me that, please, and thank you, Spicy. Spicy, I have no words. Spicy, I have no words. Spicy, the face, Spicy, the faces only a mother could love. That was the Spicy, that's them. Huh. Huh. Oh, Lord, y'all crazy. Y'all are crazy. Sharon says, what did Evangelist say Uncle Daddy did to Lady Child? He said, the only thing I remember him saying, and it could be more, I'll get it together. He said she was living with him in Ohio. I remember him saying that she was living with him in Ohio. This is a whole mess. A whole mess. But Spicy, she really thought her children, she really do think they're pretty. She just said, Spicy, when someone is ugly and they say, ain't my baby cute? You like, oh, the shoes are nice. Rashina, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. The shoes nice. The socks nice. Oh, let her call them something pretty. Shit like that. Platt says, they look like who did it. Ran and got away with it. They didn't have the face on their mother club. Even her bald head ass didn't love them. Girl, you know what? I ain't playing with y'all. Not tonight. I ain't playing with y'all. Platt, you was a shit for that. You was a shit for that. Platt said he looked like who did it, ran and got away with it. They didn't even have a face on their mother could love, because even her bald head ass didn't love him. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Y'all crazy. Tony says, okay, we will leave it for Friday as comedy night, y'all. We tell the truth up in here. Who was living with Wink Wink? Girl. Girl. Y'all stupid. Y'all are crazy. Who was living with Wink Wink? Child. That's what I'm saying. Annette ain't shit. Annette had 11, 12-year-old Florentino living with Wink Wink. You know? Come on, Nat. Sharon said he did something and made her run out the room. It'll come back to me, girl. You gotta let me know. Natasha said flower pot looked like the triplet of Shannon. Colonel, I see you, boo. Spicy said, where Uncle Daddy been? They say he running. They say he running. The law's looking for him. Tony said, Mocha, you can't even say that's a cute outfit. Tony, I can't say shit cute. Nothing. 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 Child, I ain't playing with y'all. I'm going to doctor myself up. My nose all stopped up. I can't do this. Y'all, it's crazy. I'm going to go and doctor me up. And I'm going to go doctor me up tonight so I can be ready for y'all and focus on tomorrow and bring some, Lord Jesus, and bring some commentary. Y'all is crazy. Hey, Sakina. Y'all is crazy up in here on a Tuesday. Y'all cutting up for no good reason. But I love it. I love it because that's what family does. That's what family does. Platt said Jarvis didn't love Shannon either. He used her to cover up his PF ass with the outsiders to be with Nazaya. Absolutely. Oh, Lord, Nakisha said she thinks she's getting sick again. I pray to God not. I pray to God not. Thank you, Rhapsody girl. I hope I feel better too. Child, I came home. I tried to steal a little nap. Then my alarm went off. I'm like, well, shit, it's time to go live. But y'all go stop this. Thank you, Rob. Thank you so much. I'm turning up all right. I'm turning up that NyQuil, and I'm turning up that heat, and I'm turning up that blanket. That's what I'm getting ready to turn up. Probably throw me a little shot in that NyQuil, and that's it, and that's all. Because whatever it is, MOCA don't want it because I got some Mardi Gras to do. You know, they're telling us we should be having a winter freeze come this weekend. The weather is not favorable. Rain all day tomorrow. We have rain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and a hard freeze. Jesus. But, yeah, no. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. I'm just not going outside. But nonetheless, guys, I appreciate y'all pulling up. Oh, Lord, everybody getting sick. Y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Make sure we all teed up. Drink some tea. Drink some tea. Do what we got to do because I'm going to get me a shot a real shot. I'm going to pour me a little shot. But guys, I love you all. I really do. Terrific said, Mocha, you and Spicy cutting up. Terrific. I can't cut up, girl. I can barely breathe right now. One of them nostrils locked up. Platt, I can film the Mardi Gras, but I would have to cut the music off. And I got some Mardi Gras. I got some parades lined up. Platt, I ain't not no Don Julio for me. You lying. I'll be sleeping till Sunday. Ain't no way. No way. But anyway, guys, MOCA's going to get out of here. I'm getting out of here. I love you all. God bless you all. Pray for me because I'm praying for y'all. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Good night.
We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. No. Motor leading from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. Team full of truth and a chat full of cheer. MOCA in the seat, steady steering the ship. Every topic got depth, every comment got grip. We don't tear folks down, we just build them up. If you're moving off love, then you one of us. Know the pride in the room and the vibe so loud. Every bell in the check gon' rep that crowd. Stand tall, we rise as one. Know the bells, the work ain't done. Won't you lead 'em from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. Down in the NOLA where the soul don't break. MOCA built a lane where the real ones stay. Ain't no faking the funk, ain't no playing for clout. You bring that mess, we gon' sort that out. But this ain't about drama, it's about love. It's about healing, it's about trust. Every child, every voice, every name in the breeze. We gon' stand for the ones no one else gon' see. So we rise tall, we rise as one. Oh, no, no bellows, the work ain't done. Won't you lead it from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. One mic, one tribe, one mission in mind. We protect what's right and we hold that line. It's the chat where the truth and the love collide. Where the voices don't hide and the pain gets light. We see you, we feel you, we fight for the cause. Every kid, every tear, we break down walls. When you hear that bell, that's the call to act. We family now, and that's just facts. We stand tall, we rise as one. We rise as one. Know the bells, the work ain't done. Won't you lead it from the heart, never run. Truth and care, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This one's for every voice we fight for and every child who needs to be heard. We see you, we feel you. We stand with the truth. This is the NOLA bells. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Stand tall and join the family.
Good night, everyone.